Okay, should be good to go. Still need to go get the tip of Demon Slayer at some point. Got the tin key from the giants. And I believe we are right in here. Yeah. So many rings. Okay. Nobody's in chat at the moment, but I can go ahead and just start talking to fill space here. So, hello friends and adventurers, and welcome back to another Salliekat streams of Avernum! So, quick recap, we are in giant territory now. I have just recently looted the Castle of the Giants over in this corner. And if I go in my special items, I have the tin key, which we found in the basement of the giant castle. It's rather ugly and bent, and made of tin. Apparently, this version of the game decided to specify it's made of tin and not just a giant key. Also, at some point, I found another magic spear, the Ghoulbane, which does extra damage to undead. And Esme has some neat loot as well. Well, we've got the Ring of Discomfort, which is very cursed. It makes you feel weak, apparently. But also a Mind Crystal for Pathfinder, which I really don't need, so I think I'm just going to sell this one. Assuming, of course, I need money, which I very well might not. But I'm pretty sure I can go spell shopping at Erica soon, anyway. So the big question for myself is, do I feel like grabbing a giant boat, or do I feel like going for a dragon? And have I actually done anything with Pyrog so far? Okay, so I have talked to Pyrog and explored his cave. What else spells do I have? Somehow I've managed to avoid picking up Create Illusions at any point. Okay. Okay, so I've got level 18 in mage spells, so I believe I can cast all of the arcane spells. I don't actually have Divine Host, but that's fine because I don't do that much summoning. Hey there, Yamama Nama. It might end up being a shorter stream anyway. Got some stuff going on later tonight. So given that, I think I will give Pyrog a try here. I can immediately antagonize him by saying, "Greetings, Worm, we have no fear of you." What is your whim today? If I decide to devour someone, I do. It is my right. That comes with my might. Giants serve me, so I spare them. I give no such mercy to adventurers. But I'm an adventurer. So you are. Are you ready to do battle with me? You wish to fight me. I can see it in your eyes. No. I thought so. You cowards. You miserable, mewling creatures. Away from me, out of my sight. You are disgusting. So the conversation tree does at least give you an out. You will learn humility now, fools. Yeah, let's see about that. Okay, so what do I have equipped? Smite is not, well... Smite isn't as good against the dragon, but there are a bunch of giants in here. Scroll of Paralysis probably won't do anything on Pyrog. Those scrolls and such tend to work less well on really high-level enemies. Okay, Wand of Ice. Good evening, Dr. Hesting. Oh yeah, I can do Arcane Blow, I can do Arcane Shield, Arcane Summon. But first, level 3 Haste. I was gonna say, really? You summon bats? But they are rabid bats, which is potentially annoying. I could try controlling one of the giants. Or, 3 of the giants, in fact. I just charmed 3 cave giants. How fun. So I'm hasted, they're slowed. Let's do an Arcane Summon, why not? Okay, Arcane Summon summoned me up a vampire. This could be fun. Now to try and remember who I've charmed and who I haven't. Don't know if I want to go all the way into Arcane Blow right now. So much fun to see one of Pyrog's own guards attacking him. And now this fight is going to be an absolute mess of summons. Okay, Esme's kind of in a bad position right now. Level 1 and I already get 7 targets. Ooh, dang! Arcane Blow is good. With a final blow, Pyrog's mighty body finally gives in. Even a dragon, the mightiest of creatures, can only take so much punishment. A lifespan measured in centuries comes to an end. You take the key from around the creature's neck. Up close, you see it is made of wrought iron with a dragon head at one end. The eyes of the dragon head are small diamonds. And suddenly my spellcasters just don't have a whole lot to do. Eventually the charming will wear off, I think. Maybe? Yeah, it wore off. That's fine. The vampire, at least, will stay on my side until he dies and or disappears. Hello, any more giants? I see one. Two. Silly 5 spaces. Silly everyone must be within 5 spaces limitation. Also, why am I picking up all the gold when I already established earlier that I can't hold it? Okay, this might be a slower exploration of things if the vampire and his summons are going to hang out for a while and slowly chip away at giants. But anyway, now that everyone's dead, I could loot their clothing and their dice. Oh, hi. Eat smite. Pretty basic stuff. Somewhat less basic stuff. Shield ring. Unlike the coins, which will just disappear when I have too many of them, I can hang on to rings and stuff and sell them later on. Ooh, Balm of Life. It says not mine, but anyone who cares is now dead. Iron buckler and iron arrows? Who thought that was good gifts for a dragon? Ow. It's entirely possible that anyone who gave inferior gifts just wound up getting eaten. I would not put it past Pyrog to do that. There's an enormous locked door here. You try the key you took from Pyrog immediately. It opens the lock. Huzzah! And as always, I must check for extra dialogue in the special items menu. Oh, diamond key is the dragon key. Okay. This key was taken from around the neck of the mighty dragon Pyrog. sure. Yeah, in the original Exile, I guess it's an iron key. I was just playing through that area the other day, and just by myself, just for fun, and I don't actually remember because it's called the giant key in that game. Oh, right, of course. There's stuff hidden here. We found a trap. All disarmaments are easy with Githa. We found lava! And a demon. Firebolt won't do anything. Also, now that the giants are all taken care of, I don't really need smite anymore. So let's equip the biggest, baddest stick I have. And miss with it. Would you stop with the summoning? Goblins aren't even worth pulling out bigger spells for. Finally, something Smite can kill. So this room contains a bunch of money. Unidentified plate mail. And a halberd. A yew crossbow. An unidentified robe, that could be interesting. Invulnerability elixir. Acid arrows, ooh. And a Rod O major call. There should be something else around here somewhere. There we go. More demon. So much easier when everyone is hasted, not slowed. And in this special box, we find a beautiful chalcedony brooch, which I used to pronounce as chalcedony before I knew better. So we've got chalcedony. This brooch, carved from a single lovely piece of chalcedony, was recovered from Pyrog's lair. It was only obtained with a great deal of difficulty and personal risk. We've also got a pearl, a malachite, and an ivory. But I believe we've been told there are 5 brooches, so we're still missing one somewhere. So we are now a bit crispy, but somewhat more wealthy. Meanwhile, The passage here is blocked by a huge wall, extending almost a mile east to west, floor to ceiling. It has 2 huge gates in it, closed and bearing giant padlocks. The tin key you stole from the giants unlocks the padlock. With great difficulty, you pull the gate open and pass through. Yay! You see an interesting sight. A giant stone dock, surrounded by tools of the boating trade, all giant-sized. Fortunately, none of the owners seem to be around. You could easily help yourself to a boat. They're very large boats, but you think you could manage one of them. Yeah, for some reason I keep thinking there's a guardhouse or something at this boat dock, but no, that's an Exile 2, or Avernum 2, not Avernum 1. Exile, Avernum, kinda same thing in that regard. You see a band of soldiers. They're well armed and seem to be looking for something. They notice you and move closer. You see they wear the insignia of the Empire. Before you have a chance to respond, they attack! Oh no, lightning spray. Let me show you how it's done. Almost. Leather armor, iron spear, boots and leather helmets. They've got pretty okay gear. It was a tough fight, but you defeated the soldiers of the Empire. It's very worrisome. What are they doing down here? This doesn't bode well for the future. Oh, hey, little secret passage there. You find, by the side of this secluded lake, an ancient stone building. Inside, you find a moldy altar. Strange markings cover its surface. Let's see what happens when we pray at the altar. You kneel and worship. You feel a strange dizziness for a moment, but then it passes, and you feel refreshed. Apparently free healing. Indeed, it was not a tough fight. I can come here much earlier, but I didn't. Actually, I want to see what happens when I destroy this altar. As you smash the... Oh, it's an evil altar now! You feel a wonderful surge of energy. Then the air around you grows hot and starts to reek of rotting meat. The altar's guardians appear to exact vengeance. Oh no, demons, whatever shall I do? I'll probably not cast Fire Blast at them because they're immune. Repel Spirit, on the other hand. Ice Lances won't do much of anything. Repel Spirit really is the best spell against demons. It does high damage and is relatively cheap. Hooray, we destroyed an evil altar and some demons. And I do want to go back to Erica pretty soon. But I also know that there's some stuff worth finding in these parts. A fresh, sparkling spring flows from a small crack in this cave wall. Always safe before drinking from strange springs. Or accepting swords from strange women, lying about in ponds. Energy flows through you. You become more nimble. More nimble? Did I just gain dexterity? I don't actually know. Long ago, someone chained a giant here and left him or her to die. The cave lizards have left nothing but a skeleton. Around its neck is a necklace. Small for it, large but wearable for you. And also not identified. I see fiery lizards. You encounter a pack of large lizards. They're each about 12 feet long and green with red highlights. They're sniffing at you hungrily, and I have the option to feed them, apparently. You throw them some food. As they furiously devour it, you slip away. Interesting. When the hungry creatures realize no food is forthcoming, they attack. Unfortunately for them, I'm at a point where they're really not doing much damage. Unfortunately for me, my best attack spells are fire-based. Or Arcane Blow, which seems a bit wasteful. Lots of rocks over here. I'm a little annoyed that the rocks aren't showing up on the map. Makes it that much harder and more annoying to navigate. On the other hand, I really do like that I can pilot the boat diagonally in this game. Saving again. In this small, secluded cove, you find a small, tidy hut. Wisps of smoke emerge from the chimney, and a healthy mushroom garden grows nearby. A tidy hut with a healthy mushroom garden is definitely a good sign. Inside the hut, you find a young human mage sitting and meditating. She doesn't seem to know you're here. You tap on her shoulder, and she immediately wakes up. She stands, and you see she's a very small woman with very bright eyes. "Welcome to my home," she says. "I am Amy Far Traveler. It is rare indeed to get friendly visitors here." She asks you who you are and why you're here. When she finds out about your travels and how you came to Avernum, she says, "I came down here to travel planes near and far without human interference. I've had great success. I have seen sights of sublime horror and unearthly beauty. I have learned many things, and found out even more things were wrong. And I have learned much esoterica. I sense that you may want to leave these caverns. If so, you should know I have overheard in my travels part of the password to use at the hidden exit. The second syllable is Bas. I don't know where the escape route from Avernum is, but that part of the password might help you leave." You thank her profusely and depart. And that is all that Amy Far Traveler offers, at least in this game. Hi. You encounter several ghosts, the angry spirits of some people who met a grisly end here once, long ago. Alright then. Two good attack spells and still standing. Not for much longer. I said not for much longer. There we go. Okay, so just ghosts there. Ooh, I shouldn't go here just yet. I know what this is. The passageway is blocked by a beautiful curtain of coruscating blue light. It's hypnotic. It makes you want to walk into it. You're having a very hard time not walking into it. Tiny parts of your brain tell you that this is dangerous, but it's getting very hard to concentrate. Let's see why this is a bad idea. You have made an error. The energy field is beautiful. So beautiful. And it feels so nice and cool and pleasant, and you feel it and look at it, and only then do you notice the other people, soldiers of the Empire, stuck to it, dying. But it doesn't matter. It feels so good to be near it. And you never leave. Oh no! The Empire sent you down to Avernum in the hope you would die there and trouble them no more. Alas, they have just gotten their wish. Fortunately, there's still hope. New adventurers enter Avernum all the time, alone and afraid. Any one of them could be the new savior of the underworld. Perhaps your next group may be the one to escape. There's only one way to find out. Care to try again? Or restore a save. But yeah, there's another thing we have to do before we can get past that barrier. There's a lone drake hunting on this beach. It attacks as soon as it sees you. It is about to regret that very much. Oh wow, down in like 4 hits. The drake has been slain. As you search for treasure, you notice that one of its fangs is black. Closer inspection reveals that it's made of onyx. Very strange. You pry it out of the creature's mouth, in case anyone would find it interesting. That's one of the new additions in Avernum that was not in Exile. I think I remember who wants a black drake fang. Ooh, that looks interesting. Can't get there quite yet. And I'm betting this is another group of Empire soldiers. Evil priest instead of a pair of mages. This will not save them. Well, that was easy. Again, pretty decent gear, and it will all be gone forever because I don't feel like picking any of it up. Yes. I think. Aha. That's going to come in handy. Here, a spring flows into a tiny pool. There are small runes and glyphs carved into the stone around the pool, and the water glows slightly. You start to feel extremely thirsty. You each take several swallows of the clear, refreshing water. After a moment, you start to feel strange. Your senses grow clearer, and your thoughts travel faster. You feel strangely, powerfully enlightened. And we all have the enlightened status effect. And this secret passage is good to have because this effect doesn't last long. Yaha. The passageway is blocked by a beautiful curtain of coruscating blue light. It's hypnotic. It makes you want to walk into it. In your enlightened state, you realize that this is a magical trap, designed to ensnare you here forever. Fortunately, you think that, in your augmented mental state, you can get through it all right. You walk through the field, concentrating to keep from being charmed by it. As you do, you notice several soldiers of the Empire stuck to the field, slowly dying. You didn't notice them before. Very strange. Eventually, you reach the other side. And we reach the Hidden Island Tower. Which happens to have some gray moles, but why not? And also some healing herbs, but those aren't very rare. And a lot of trees. There are red, glowing, pulsing runes carved into the ground here. They put off a fair amount of heat, and the air seems to vibrate gently. You decide to back away before they hurt you. Good idea. Okay, I see some golems, I think. Yep. And also some toadstools. Even more golems. Some cows. Yeah, I can't talk to the cows. So I see some guards. I don't see a door. Talking to Gilbert. You meet a thin, pale man. He is sitting on a stone near a small bonfire, roasting a lizard on a stick. He's wearing tattered chainmail, upon which the insignia of the Empire is still visible. Despite this, he seems friendly. Why are you sitting out here? I guard the tower. This tower? Yeah, right here. From what? Unwelcomed visitors, of course. We've been watching you for some time, and you seem safe. That's why you're still alive. You're the first visitors we've had since we were exiled. We? How many of you are there? Me, Aiden, and Josie. We're kind of on the defensive here. The other two are in the tower, and I watch the wards and the door. The defenses are good, so I don't have much to do. I write poetry. So those wards, like the fields we walked through and the pulsating runes? Powerful runes around the tower. Even if an Empire assassin eventually does get through the blue field, we can just turn on the wards, and he'll get a heck of a surprise. I didn't see a door. Gilbert looks back at the tower. There's a door into the tower. Just go walk in. I love poetry. Can I hear some of yours? Like this. The cavern has a set of teeth, a tongue of river, fungus hair, a face to match the sun above, shining on those who do not care. He sighs. I'm working on it. I don't know if it was very good, but I certainly wouldn't call it very, very bad. No, it wasn't, but you're kind to say so. We've traveled far to get here. There is much we would like to learn. Then you should enter the tower. And it just goes back into the same thread. And also, after I speak with Gilbert, suddenly there's a door. And there's also this guy. Aiden. There's a middle-aged man sitting in this chair, staring into a crystal. He looks up at you. In the crystal, you see your image. What are you doing out here, so far from civilization? We are hiding. From what? We, I, my wife, and Gilbert, are exiles, refugees from the Empire. We hide behind our defenses here, waiting for the above grounds to send assassins after us. We also wait for the right visitor to arrive. He did not have ChatGPT write his poetry for him. We can say that much for him. We certainly can. The Empire sent assassins for you? Yes. Unfortunately, the Empire has soldiers all over this area, trying to figure out how to get past our defenses so they can kill us. They wish to slay us before we can find the right person. The rune wall, the golems, and the blue field are our defenses. I don't maintain them. Josie does. She's around here somewhere. Talk to her. There are things you'll need to learn from her to get out of here alive. Am I this much-anticipated visitor? So it would appear. I have valuable information. I was once a high-ranking mage in the Empire. I knew a lot then. Then we fled, and I found out a lot more through my scrying. The three of us have found a new goal, you see. Rebellion. I will not go into the wrongs the Empire has done. You know of many, and there are many more on top of that. Evil you could not imagine. A powerful mage can rise high, and see many low things. But this is all beside the point. I know a way to strike the Empire a decisive blow. I believe you may be the ones to deal it. Isn't it foolish to fight the Empire? Ha! That is why we are hiding here. We were abandoned by those with such cowardly views. If you will not help us, you truly are not those whom we seek. Good day. So that's a wrong answer. I would love to hurt the Empire. And specifically the Emperor. When Avernum became the Empire's dung heap, they sealed off almost all the exits. But then they needed a convenient way to get large numbers of people down and up if necessary. And the best way to do that was through teleportation. Teleporting is a powerful tool, but limited. We're too far underground, you see. It takes too much power to teleport someone down here, let alone many people. But, clever as we are, we came up with a solution. It's a teleportation augmenter. It's a runed circle which makes it easier to send people up and down. It's a very powerful thing, and much power was expended creating it. It's well guarded, and even better hidden. He grins, and holds up his orb. And I can tell you its location and secrets, and most importantly, about the towers. Where is this thing? West. Travel south down the river west from here. You will eventually find several ledges covered with swamp. There's a secret passage off one of them, leading to a long passage which leads to a goal. Which leads to the goal, in fact. The location, however, is only half the secret. And the other half is? You need a royal seal of the Empire to get to the end. That is very difficult. Royal seals are very rare. However, one was brought down with the first expedition. It may still be down there. Also, you'll need a special ritual. We cannot teach you the ritual. We got a dragon named Koth to create a magic barrier for us. To pass it, you'll need a ritual. I don't know it, but the Drake will. Fortunately, they stole one of its scrolls and earned its rage in the bargain. You may be able to get its help. You'll need much luck and skill to get through, but the reward will be great. Ha, reward. Now you're talking my kind of language. From that spot, you can teleport into the heart of the Empire. That is your reward. And there, a blow may be struck which could crumble the whole foul nation. You mentioned a trap? I should know. I created it. The wheel which opens the door out will fry you unless you press the royal seal of the Empire into the tiny depression in the corner of the fresco at the north end of the tower. You take note of that. Anything else you can tell us? Only you should find Erica. She lives in a well-guarded tower to the south of here, and if anyone can guide you along the dangerous path to freedom, it is she. Okay, tell me about the towers. There are 2 of them which you must pass through to get your goal. One contains the ward made by the dragon. The other has a door with a deadly trap. Okay. I feel like I got things slightly out of order there. Where can we find a royal seal? That is a good question. I would speak with the wizard Roan in the castle. I suspect that he may be able to help you. He took part in a mighty war against demonkind. One warrior who took part in those battles had an empire seal. Where can we find Koth? That mighty worm lives to the west in some very inhospitable caverns. Ooh, library. On the desk, you find notes on a wide variety of research. One of them catches your eye. While the Black Shade's magical skills are not much more than those of an imp, its invisibility makes it a much more formidable foe. We hope one day to find a spell to counteract this effect, but have had no luck so far. Okay, a little bit of world-building lore. Nothing on the shelves. A woman in a brightly colored gauzy dress whirls around the tower, sweeping. I feel like he could have picked a better icon for Josie to match her description than this bent woman in a gray dress. Oh well. You seem very enthusiastic about sweeping up in here. She sighs and grimaces. Being a housewife is about all I can aspire to these days, I'm afraid. Can't be that bad. She gives you a look. I suppose it is fulfilling. I have no problem with those who want that, but I want more. Since Gilbert, Aiden, and I fled, Aiden spends his time scrying. Gilbert keeps watch, and I get to look over the defenses. Unfortunately, the defenses take the least time, so I also cook and sweep, and farm, and take care of the cows. Frustrating, really. You see, I have talents of my own. She opens her palm, and a tiny flame appears. Although it is small, you can feel its heat from where you stand. She grins. Maintaining the wards is little work, but making them was a job to remember. I'd like to see those Empire assassins get in here. She closes her hand. The flame disappears. So you set up the defenses, including that blue field? Yes. Oh, before I forget. She casts a brief spell. You can now pass the blue field safely. We would hate for you to be killed trying to leave. Indeed, so would I. And unfortunately, that is all that Josie can say to us as adventurers. I'm sure she has more things that she would like to say, but Jeff Vogel did not write them. Besides, how much do we really care about the care and maintenance of cave cows? Locks will not open that... Lockpicks will not open that door. Nor will my unlock door spell. Okay, then. Figures that mages of Josie and Aiden's caliber can make a really securely locked door. I will talk to Koth a little later, but for now I want to go talk to Erica again. Hello, fellow insomniac. Oh, I don't wake up in the middle of the night, I just stay up hella late. What is all this? An ogre village way out in the back of Beyond. There's a large colony of fierce, skinny, half-starved ogres living here. They've clearly been cut off from the rest of Avernum for a while, and they've been living on fish and lichen for a long time. They approach you cautiously. They're clearly hostile, but they're also careful. You could probably escape them if you wanted. Okay, but what if I choose violence? Ahem, I said, what if I choose violence? "15 ogres and 5 ogre mages, oh my. Ogre mages be tough. Ah, one of them's hiding in the back. Yeah, this is just a pretty much normal playthrough. I'm definitely in the late game, though, so I have a lot of good spells and gear. And yet, I managed to not hit the ogres. Should I use my arcane blow? I'm gonna use my arcane blow. Oh boy. So arcane blow is a mistake against ogre mages because apparently they are magic resistant. Their spells aren't all that powerful, but getting slowed and surrounded by summons is kind of annoying. Oh, what do you mean I still can't reach this one? Okay, I'm down to one competent enemy. Archery, when it's too much work to walk up and smack a thing. So, did you drop anything worth picking up? Blessed Cloak might be. And I would like to retrieve my bolt. The ogres are dead. You search their huts. The filth and rotten carrion in their homes make you feel ill. They only had a few handfuls of copper coins and a tarnished shield. You take them. Well, I got a small shield anyway. Which is probably magic. Interesting. I can't rest in this part of the outdoors. It's far too dangerous. Is it now? There's a large round stone building in this passage. It's very old and cracked, and lichen covers most of its exposed surfaces. There's a large opening in the front. You could enter easily. The room inside is 30 feet in diameter. It is plain and dirty. The only feature of note is against the north wall. A huge demon has been imprisoned here, chained to the wall by silver, runed chains. It is easily 10 feet tall, even though it's pathetically hunched over. The massive beast looks at you listlessly. "Free me, humans," it croaks, "and you will be well rewarded." Well, this is clearly a bad idea. You free the Hakai. It rises and grins. "Oh, I would love to slay you, but I sense you can help me in a greater way. You humans are threatened by Greyhoth, who put me here. Greyhoth long ago prepared a new, mighty fort for himself to the north, beyond a sea of lava and a huge chasm. If you are ever there, take nothing, eat or drink nothing. The old Mungrat was imprisoned to the south, and may still be, but the prison was faulty. Many times have I felt him extend his influence from it. Slay him. Good for you. Vengeance for me. Now I go to regain my strength." The Hakai attempts to teleport away. Unfortunately, Greyhoth set a trap here, in case the prisoner ever escaped. Lightning and fire blast the gigantic demon into powder before it can get away. Hooray! He's not our problem anymore. But potentially good advice on Greyhoth. And another tower. With the same message. And another bound demon that wants us to free it. The moment you cut the chains, the demon's apathy disappears. It utters a hoarse bark, and friends appear. Then it shouts, "Free at last, and now to food and the beginnings of new wealth." Unfortunately, it quickly makes it clear that it looks to you as a good source of food and wealth. Yeah, let's see how that works out for you. Oh dear, not just any demon, a Hakai. And vengeful shades. Let's do a few rounds of Repel Spirit until things go back to being dead. Hakai's not going to feel anything from the Fire Blast. Arcane Blow could be useful. Oh, yes. Oh, the Hakai only took 8 damage from Arcane Blow? Ugh. And he breathes acid. That's new. And now he's dead, so I don't care. The moment the enormous demon dies, it starts to dissolve. Soon, the only things remaining of it are a pool of dark slime and a bracelet. It's a dexterity bracelet! Hooray! But yeah, I don't mind the shade sprites here. I think the fuzzy green gives them the nice ethereal look. Though after playing Exile 3, I kind of miss the bigger graphics for some of the bigger enemies like dragons and Hakai. Is there anything in here? Ah, a small patch of mushrooms and fungus. They are potion ingredients. Is grey mold. Grey mold is far more common in the remakes than it was in the original game. Okay. So have to dismantle the barrier. Open the second door with the key that Erica gave us. And the third door. I do like that you only have to go through the gauntlet of Erica's tower once. And once you've proven yourself, she lets you take the easier path. Okay, so I have too much money and maybe you can help with that. Oh, yes you can. Too much money is suddenly much less of a problem. Also, hi there, Theo. Theo is my new kitten, and he just came up to say hello. I say kitten, I'm not actually sure how old he is. He's somewhere between 6 months and a year. One of my husband's friends found him as a stray, and now he belongs to us. Okay, so instructions. Now that you've contacted Aiden, you can learn how to reach the portal. Now you must find at least four of 5 magical brooches. They are scattered around Avernum, but I believe I know where some of them are. You will need to find them. I can use them to modify the portal and send you to Hawthorne's castle. You should try to find all 5. Then the magical link will be stronger. I've already got 4. When the first expedition came down, each of their 5 leaders wore a magical brooch, which was linked to the Empire above. They were used for communication. I can use them for something more. You can use that magical link to teleport you up there. Theo, what are you getting into over there? Theo is a mischief sometimes, but he is overall a pretty well-behaved cat. I love how everyone is getting excited over new kitty. You can use that magical link to teleport you up there. The problem, of course, is finding them. The statues may help. Statues? How in the world could a statue help me? To keep an eye on things, I created 6 intelligent statues and placed them in each of the 6 largest cities of Avernum. The word to get them to tell you what they know is divulge. They might have heard something. Where could I find these brooches? I'm not sure where all 5 of them are, but I've done some research. Look in the library. I've written some notes on their locations. 4 of them may suffice me to help you. All 5 would be ideal, much safer. The link to the surface will be weak. The more brooches I have, the easier to trace it. Yaha. So finally, we learned the keyword to get the statues to divulge their information. And actually, I need to pause this for a moment, so I will be back in a minute. And I'm back. Small interruption there. I'll need to wrap this up in a couple of minutes. So, yes, finally got the keyword from the statues, and I mentioned earlier that I had been told there were 5 brooches we needed to find. Apparently I had not technically been told that yet. But again, I've been through multiple versions of this game multiple times. And the doors are locked. No, they're not. Could have sworn... Aha. You find an interesting book on magical seals and wards. One page is bookmarked. It describes how it's possible to trap demons in enchanted flasks. To break the seal requires a powerful, enchanted knife. There's a note in the margin. The Athame is well guarded in the Tower of Magi. We are safe. Is it, though? Have I gotten the Blessed Athame yet? Nope, the Blessed Athame is securely guarded in my backpack. Yaha. In cramped handwriting in one of the journals, you find a list. It doesn't make much sense. Also, I can't remember if I've already opened up the library and read this in a previous stream. I'll just read it again anyway. 1 leader slain by Motrax. Perhaps he kept? We did get a brooch from the Cave of Motrax. Scryed. In possession of the spiders. Would retrieve, but spiders are too irritating. Erica is not a fan of the giant, intelligent, friendly talking spiders. But I am, so I got that one. 3. Group slaughtered in Grim Cavern. Check the pit. I done did that. 4. Good question. 5. Pyrog has it. Won't trade it. Bad news. Will end in blood. Talk to giants. It did end in blood. Pyrog's blood. And also the giants. So yeah, the 4th brooch that we don't have is the good question one. Okay, so I've talked to Erica, I've spent a bunch of money, improved my spells somewhat. Now I get to go back over all of Exile or Avernum and talk to a bunch of statues. Although, since I have the Blessed Athame, I think... Yeah, I think that I can go ahead and deal with Salliekat and points beyond it, but that's going to wait until next time. Also, I still need to get the 3rd piece of Demon Slayer and reforge that. Again, maybe next stream, maybe another one. But for now, good night everyone! I will see you all some other day. Or talk to you all some other day. You know how it goes with live streaming.